some in-house stuff I got to talk about. Friends, enemies, and those who remain undecided, welcome back to this Jack. I have a co-host today, which hopefully will become the norm eventually. My little sister Gothic. Everybody say hello to her.
Oh,
There we
might
go.
hear the TV in the background. Might want to fix that.
I can't hear your TV
Hello.
in the background. You're good.
I can hear it, but that's different.
Yeah, you being able to hear it's fun. Whatever. Um, all right, let me talk some in-house stuff. Gothic might comment on it. It's up to her. So, first and foremost, am I having frame issues? No, okay. It's just my phone being stupid. Um, let's see here. I have my in-house stuff is one. I got my Patreon going. Again, like I had a Patreon for my original Jack Daedalus channel, and it was just like early access to my videos coming out. And honestly, like even I admit it wasn't worth the wasn't worth it. It was more of like, hey, you wanted to support me, go ahead. I'm a writer. I like writing. I like doing writing stuff. So what I would do is, so what I'm doing is I'm releasing my stories on there. The first chapter or any short stories or any prologues are always going to be free to the public. But then if you're a member, you get a new chapter from the various stories I work on once a week. So essentially, every month you get four chapters, and it's of various stories. And I'm told my writing style is very pulp fiction-y, so it kind of works out. And then I eventually will introduce a $5 membership one when I get a little bit more comfortable with my art style. And that'll be if I start working on any web comics or any sketches of characters for my stories. You'll get access to those. And then, of course, you get the whole back catalog. So feel free to take a look at that. Links in the description. Anything you want to say about that, Gothic?
Go support his Patreon.
All right. And then
If you want to read his stories like I do, you Patreon.
he doesn't read my
Do a
stories.
thing.
I'm joking. I'm gaslighting. Gothic, you might want to drop this in the chat because I can't do it from where I'm currently at. Gothic has a Coffee Over Politics channel and they're streaming channels. So feel free to check them out. You can drop the link in the description, or not in the description, in the chat. And anybody who comes in later will see it.
I need to go to the site. Then real quick.
Yeah, you go ahead and drop it. I'll just go ahead and start prepping up the first couple topics if you're ready. You'll be able to listen to me while I do it. I should have warned you I was going to do that.
Here. Go ahead if I wanna.
Because it'll start with me ranting anyway, so you're fine.
If I gotta mute the thing because I don't wanna.
Fine.
I don't wanna hear myself. Go ahead, speak away.
All right. First topic.
If I wanna comment, I will comment.
For those who don't know about me, I am a huge StarCraft fan. Like some of my earliest memories are literally sitting in the living room on my family's computer playing StarCraft 1. I have beaten StarCraft 1. Not like I obviously couldn't play PvP mode because I freaking hate PvP, but playing StarCraft was a game I thoroughly enjoyed. And was something I thoroughly enjoyed. And there are stories coming out right now at the possibility of there being StarCraft third person shooter, and I'm here for that. I like the idea of, like, not just human. Human would be an obvious one. You're like walking around as a firebag going, I got a flamethrower or machine gun or whatever. But imagine being a Zergling and being able to just pounce on your various enemies as you keep mutating. That would be amazing. That would be awesome. And I want that. And that sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. Not to mention being a Protoss with your Scion blades going, I'll punch you with my laser swords. Stuff like that. And I'm hoping that they do this and they don't fuck it up. Guys, you got something for that? I knew you're a huge Blizzard fan, so you might have thoughts.
I don't have much on StarCraft, but I know a lot of people love it. And my reply to it is this. I'm down for it. I don't think we've ever had a third person shooter or game like that from Blizzard in a very, very long time.
I think the closest.
As a matter of fact, I don't think at all.
Overwatch?
Overwatch is first person.
Well, some characters. Depends on the characters.
So I guess that counts. I'll let it count, I guess.
But then again, it's a team-based shooter, so like you can throw that one up in the air. Mind you, they did have the MOBA for a while. That was really cool. I did enjoy Heroes of the Storm.
He was at a storm, yeah.
Yeah.
I know someone who loves that
Wait,
game.
if you're playing a hunter in World of Warcraft, you're technically playing a third-person shooter.
I'm currently playing a dead ranger
A
at
dead
best.
fuck, a dead fuck. I never knew they had that class.
Oh yeah, a lot of people have that too.
I thought that was called a Death Knight. I thought that was another name. It has a subclass called
Maybe.
Dead Fuck, also known as a Pestilence Death Knight.
The days of Wrath of the Witch King, where you could go into a city and kill everyone for just existing.
Yeah, I played World of Warcraft back in the day, so sue me. I
And
think I last
the
played
fact
when the Demon Hunters came out, and then
and
the Golden Age of Wrath of the Lich King was the other time I played.
I was about to say the only reason why I know this little is because of a bug that Blizzard refused to fix.
There's actually another
Then they
bug.
fixed it.
Well, I'd love to talk about it on another stream. The heart something virus. Long story, not for this, but hey, we might be getting a new StarCraft game. That alone's worth it. The fact that it might be a new like third-person shooter on point. I heard rumors they were going to do an MMO with it at some point, but we'll see. Mind you, it's not the first time that they've talked about doing a StarCraft third-person shooter. Before StarCraft 2 came out, they were working on a game called StarCraft Ghost. And if you saw Nova in StarCraft 2, she was the main character for it. And it was basically you were going to be following her. And they ended up scrapping it. Like when it was about to go gold, they're like, never mind, it doesn't meet our standards. This is back when Blizzard actually had standards. Ooh, you suck. I don't have that button set up, so I just had to do it myself. Anyway, last call for Gothic to say anything. Don't forget to also drop your Twitch channel too if you'd like.
I'll do that here in a moment, just responding to somebody.
Oh, you were ignoring me? I see how it is. Gas. Am I gaslighting you? Anyway, moving on to the next topic. All right. So we're going to be getting a new Resident Evil game, Resident Evil Requiem. And just like the previous topic, I am here for this. Like, mind you, I'm not someone who has to play a Resident Evil game when it drops. I'm not a huge horror fan. It just doesn't bother me. It doesn't phase me. I ended up playing them anyway because I have been playing Resident Evils. I've only missed like 2 of them, of the main line. And, you know, I do enjoy them. Mind you, the scariest thing in the Resident Evil 4 VR game is legitimately Ashley. Like, zombies don't scare me, monsters don't scare me, but when you turn around and Ashley's like 2 inches from your face, it scares the hell out of me. But that's another conversation. But apparently, there's going to be a difficulty mode in Requiem that basically hauls back to the original 2 and 1 and 3, where you had to find the ink cartridges. Now, I don't think that's that big of a deal. I could be mistaken because I remember like some of the alternate modes of, I want to say 2 Remake that had it, and maybe 7 and 8. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played them. If that's the case, yay. They're like respecting their origins. Now, I still would like to see them do a remake, a complete remake like they did of 2 and 3 and 4 of Resident Evil 1, because I don't think enough people get to enjoy the what happened at that mansion. But from everything we've seen of Resident Evil Requiem, the game is looking on point. Like some of the monsters we're seeing, some of the unique monsters, it's not to the same level of the time we saw Lady Dimitrescu. Hang on.
Mommy!
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm imagining Lady Dimitrescu standing over me. Actually, it was more her daughters that were actually my thing. Psychotic women were about my height. Yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, but in all seriousness, though, I'm looking forward to this. Gothic?
I heard about a new Resident Evil game.
Because of Trickster?
Actually no, because of the Game Awards.
Oh, yeah.
I heard about it.
By the way, me and her probably won't play it immediately because we have like so much like Souls likes that we're gonna be eating good for. Like we got Code Vein 2, we got Nihon 3, so we're gonna be eating good. Don't worry about
Nihon.
us.
No, I've never played any of the original Resident Evils. My first Resident Evil was Resident Evil 4, so
Yeah. Remake or original?
What the original?
Okay. I had to ask. My first was 1. Actually, my first was 2, then I played 1.
I never got to play any of the other Resident Evil games, but I did play Resident Evil 4 a lot of the original.
Announcing it here, Gothic will be playing Resident Evil 4, or sorry, all Resident Evil games on every Wednesday on their channel. Feel free to check in.
Buy me the games first and I'll think about
I
it.
already did. I bought you a majority of them.
You bought me 2 of them.
I bought you a majority of them.
Bought me 3 of them.
I bought you a majority of them. No arguing.
Anyway, no, I don't mind them. I don't mind them getting the ink ribbons and such for a mode like that. As a matter of fact, that should make that base game.
It used to be,
Base
but
camp.
I think they don't do it because it's like to make it more user friendly.
To make it more user friendly. Fine. Anyway, I think it's a good idea to do that.
Yeah, one of the big evolutions of 4 was the director system, I'm going to call it, where like which is a thing from actually Left 4 Dead 2, where based on how you're doing is how good the loot is. Mind you, the flaw in the system is that people will rage quit when they're hitting a wall, so the game doesn't have a chance to register how well you're doing. The conversation, but I'm looking forward to this. I'm assuming it's going to have the same thing because I think Village and 7 also had it. Although I do think you should start with 7 because that's kind of like a reboot of the universe to some degree, and I think that's probably the best.
I mean, I played a bit of 7.
It doesn't help that the family's in Louisiana and their names are Baker, which I have family in Louisiana. Well, actually, they're in Florida now, but in Louisiana named Baker.
I Go on.
Gothic has Gothic thoughts.
It's just that I know so many people that have the last name Bagel, and it just bothers me.
Oh, my dead name. My dead name is French for Baker.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that thanks to a certain game called Amnesia. No, The Bungle.
Either way, I never played Amnesia the Bunker. I need to. Yeah, I've only seen the Plier play it. So I'll take a minute and appreciate Markiplier. The power! Okay, we were talking about Resident Evil, so I had to do that one. All right, moving on to the next topic. All right. So one thing that pisses me off that happens in manga, stories, whatever, is when they have a strong female character, but they just like they don't like they ruin them. Like they just don't do anything with them. A good example would be like Fairy Tale with like Lucy Heartfilia. The only time she's important, unless she's the main character of the plot, she's there literally for fan service. Like they have her like in a skimpy outfit, wearing almost nothing, serving food or something like that, or in like some sexually like suggestive position or whatever. But what also annoys me is like how like from manga to anime they nerf the character, they take away a lot of the character, and this is one of them that did happen. Um, Apparently, because I like Urahime. Urahime's like was the wife that Ichigo deserved because she represented the human life that he wanted. Whereas yes, he did have a good representation relationship with Rukia. Rukia represented if he said, I'm done being human, I'm going to be a soul reaper. He chose Orihime, and that's the way I read it. And you can see here, like, the examples. Like, this, her original backstory, really fucking dark. She was also, like, had a lot more screen time and was extremely more supportive. But in the anime, they're like, Ichigo! Is, like, all she does. Actually, Kurosaki-kan, but whatever. And they've done something similar with, I'm blanking on her name right now, Sakura and Naruto, where like she does a lot more in the manga, but then when it moves over to the anime, they're like her whole job is just to hold the fort until Naruto shows up. Sorry. Gothic thoughts?
First off, I don't really have much on Orihime.
Well, not her specifically. I'm talking about like how manga to anime do that.
Wow.
This was just the anime.
Well,
This is just the example.
It's really bothersome because there are some animes that will do this, and then there are some animes where it won't do this at all. You mentioned Naruto and Bleach, obviously.
One Piece is really
I
good
would
about
like.
keeping the women character still being extremely prevalent. Like you can't
I'd
tell me
like to.
Nami's not powerful.
I mean, Name is powerful, but I don't watch One Piece as much.
Mind you, somebody's
I mean,
pointed out that a majority of Nami's boss fights that she's involved in usually end up with her being half naked or like in a sexually suggestive position as well. But I'm like, she fought Big Mom for a minute.
To be fair, Big Mom is not someone that's easy to be taken down.
No. Like she didn't beat Big Mom. Well, she stood up to Big Mom, but then she also like there was like this one raptor chick that she stood up to, and there was nothing sexually suggestive about it. But they're talking about like early fights she did. She fought this one girl who had bubble powers, And then she fought this one
Yep.
girl who had spike powers, and in both cases, her clothes ended up near destroyed or whatever. And it's like, all right, whatever.
I will probably say My Hero Academia also has this problem also with a few characters, but I'm
With a
not.
few characters, but like Uraraka had an amazing character arc. I fucking loved it. I just got pissed off that they waited like what 10 years after high school to go. Now they're finally in a relationship. Like that's not how that would work.
Yeah, yeah, that kind of went
And
sideways,
especially
didn't
because
it?
they waited until he was back to being a hero. That almost felt like she didn't care about him until he became a hero again. It's like that's not how Urahime was. Not Urahime. Uraka.
Um,
I like her as a character. She legitimately is a sweetheart.
I'm trying to think of another character that's a damsel in distress unless it's the plot. I can't really think of any at the
Oh, let's all
particular
appreciate Froppy.
moment.
Like, legitimately, probably like one of the most competent characters in there. Like, her power may not have been OP, but she was such a like her superpower was common sense and being level-headed. And which in superhero world, that's the most powerful thing in the world. That's why Hawkeye is so great in Avengers.
Oh, oh, speaking of Hawkeye,
Oh, no,
I just thought of a character.
go for it.
Ooh, actually, no, wait, no, never mind. She can hold her own. Never mind. I'm gonna stop
Well, it's not a
that
matter if
right
they can
now.
hold their own because like Urza in Fairy Tale, she can hold her own. She's one of the most powerful fighters in there. But unless she's the main character, like the story is not centered around her, she's a damsel in distress and is half naked half the time. And even when she is the main character, they still end up doing that with her. Like hell, there was like one time where she's fighting one of the major bosses, and she goes, "I'm gonna wear this armor I don't want to wear," and it's basically like she's got binders on and like baggy pants. That's all she's wearing, and then two katanas. Like, yes, that's aesthetically appropriate for what she's doing, but I'm like, you just want an excuse to make her half naked, and then they don't give her any muscle on top of it.
To be fair, Urza doesn't need muscle. She's already buff as it is.
She's supposed to have muscle though. Like she's described as heavy from having muscle, but then they draw her like as muscular as Lucy Hartfilia is, and she's
yeah,
plushy.
except Lucy's more squishy than Urza
That's what I was talking
is.
about. Well, mind you, that might just be more
not-
her. Well, mind you, they both probably have a decent diet considering their anime proportions. I'm not talking about that.
Oh,
why I
what's
won't
her name from Seven Deadly Sins? What is her name? I
Giant?
forget her name now.
The giant or the
No,
princess?
no. The princess. She's pretty much a damsel in distress majority of the time.
Well, because even when she awakens her powers, like it kind of makes sense because like she doesn't know how to use it, and the more she uses it, the more she's gonna get herself killed. So like the main characters are trying to stop her from using it for that exact reason. So like it kind of makes sense. But in the movie, I know one movie they did, they kind of redeemed her a bit because they basically fight God, her mom.
Yeah, that bothers me.
Let's all take a moment and appreciate Escanor beating the shit out of all three brothers, or the whole family. His whole family. Beat the shit out of his whole family, single-handedly.
without a second thought.
Like like for those who don't know, he beat Meliodas. He also beat his fake brother, and then he beats his actual brother, and then he beats his dad. So he beats the whole Meliodas family. I'm not the main character. Yeah. Who decided that?
I want to say there's other characters that are like damsel in distress unless
the plot's built around them not being that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't say Kagome because Kagome can hold her own. But
well, once again, it's not a matter of hold their own because, as I said, but with Urza can hold their own, but unless the plot's built around them being the one doing it, don't.
But the old problem is she's also like one of the main characters of the show, so I can't like.
Anyway,
I can't. I just can't for some reason. I don't know why.
You're fine. Moving on to the next one. So this little tweet came across my feed, and it says neurodivergent kids listening to music and imagining complex animations with characters from their hyperfixations. Hang on, I have to pause in case I turn this into a video and I want to like not have to censor too. But motherfucker, I did not know that was a neurodivergent thing. I have done that my whole life and have written stories based on those things. Screw you. But apparently, I'm neurodivergent. Like, who would have thought that? Like someone said, ADHD, and I'm probably on the spectrum. I just thought that was funny as hell to bring up. I think you can't tell me you didn't do that at some point in your life.
I did that a whole lot as a kid and a teenager, so I'm not fucking.
I still do it. What the fuck are you talking about now that I think about it? I still do that. What the fuck?
I do it less and less.
You
just
also don't
haven't
write
done it.
stories like I do, so like I'm kind of stuck in that habit.
Well, I could write stories,
But no,
but
I'm
the
not saying you
majority of
can't.
stuff,
You can't. I'm just saying that
the
you don't.
majority, I'm just saying, but if I wrote stuff of my favorite characters, it just wouldn't be very pretty for me.
Oh, you don't have to release a damn thing. Just get the story out of your head. That's why I keep writing. Mind you, I also do it now because of my Patreon. So screw you. Subscribe to my Patreon
You have a big reason, I don't.
because I can't help it. I write stories and I want to share them. But that's another conversation. Let's go down to the next topic because this was just a little rant I wanted to do. Yeah, I'm gonna make this one a bigger screen. Hard to read otherwise. Breaking news! As a PC gamer, we have found out why Monster Hunter Wilds does not work good for its users, and it's because it's constantly checking to make sure you have the DLCs. If you buy all the DLCs, it'll run great. So you're literally, unintentionally for the record, having to pay for performance. Giggity. Like, frankly, I think Capcom will probably fix this in some way, but if I'm not mistaken, um, it feels like it's just a DRM thing. Like some executive goes, we want to make sure that somebody is not cheating and stealing our DLC, so we're gonna have a DRM thing. DRMs have ruined so many games. Like hell, that's the whole reason Spore failed, and to the point that they had to steal a cracked version of the game for it to work properly. And I think they had to do that with one other game. I think it was like Sim Society. I could be mistaken. Got it.
My take on this is, by the way, anytime you need me to say something, just say Gothic and I'll respond. My reply to it is, that's fucking stupid.
That's
I
Nucky
mean, I get
Futz.
it. I get it. You want them to buy the DLC, but not everyone's rich.
By the way, there is a mod to fix this. By the way, right now it won't get you banned or anything like that, but there is a mod to fix it.
But it's still stupid, though. Like, we need to make sure that no one's, destroying our game or pirating our game. Oh, wait a minute.
Still better than Sims, where there's mods for their sorry, there's DLCs for their DLCs. Moving on. All right, I think you will definitely have something to say about this. Let me pull this up down here. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Night Rain got a patch, and they made some of the characters I really like mo better. We're gonna look at some of the patch notes, just some of them, just the characters I care about. Guardian, increased damage negation, increased guard boost while Guardian. I like Guardian. Guardian was already insane. Like if you knew how to play him, you could be like, you attacked me, and that was your mistake. But here's another one. This is the Gothic's main. Raider. Increase the speed of various attacks, and it is not small. Added an effect to the passive ability Fighter Resolve. When they attack, increase the attack power for a certain period when HP is below significant. I think it's like 15 seconds. So if your health drops below like half, and then then you bring it back up, it'll still stay powered up for a bit. So like, oh, you hit me, that was your mistake too. So it's better for you exchanging it, especially if you have the post damage healing. Freaking phenomenal. And expands the range when activating ultimate. So basically, when the totem stella goes up, it'll hit further, and the buff will be further. Revenant got a since Raider's your main, you got anything you want to say about Raider?
I'm going to punch you very, very hard. And your friends.
I was gonna say, gotta make the Dragon Ball reference. Like, if we haven't do a Dragon Ball Bridge reference, then clearly something's wrong. Like, someone send a hospital, send an EMT to us. We're probably dying.
I love the Raider. He's become my favorite. Not to mention, he also has a spare costume that makes him an onion bro.
He's trying to learn to play the Duchess, though, for the record. Revenant got some love. Executioner got a lot of love. Like, a lot of love. Like, a lot of love. Like, no joke. Like, just look at all this. I'm not going to read it all because it's so much. And because I don't play Executioner enough to, like, really appreciate it, I can understand a lot of this because I do know his deflection pretty well. But one of the ones I really do like is when if you are killed while an aspect of the Crucible, you don't go down. You have 1 HP, which means you have a chance to heal. Because there was more than a handful of times I would jump into Crucible of the Beast to try and survive, but then I still get downed anyway. So it sucked. Scholar got nerfed in not just this. Actually, that helped. But how he got nerfed is There used to be able to buy infinite number of fire pots. Now you can only buy like 45, which is still a lot, but you can't build a Death by Capitalism build very well. Mind you, you can still buy 99 knives, so you can split between the two. And the knives are great because then you give like your enemy up to 20% damage debuff. Because once you get it to tier 3 of knives, then it's 2% per knife in them. Undertaker's really good. Got a good upgrade. And then once again, this actually the reason I'm still going down is because this also is a good upgrade. Increase the effective HP recovery from sexful guarding. Yes, you have to have that protection. Anyway, which is great for guardian. And then you have the draw aggro when guarding. Once again, guardian bullshit. And then this one right here, even more better because like you could just sit there and be like, if you go into the stance, they're like you're fighting like the Royal Revenant. He's like, rah, 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 rah. He kills himself. That's how I take out the Bell-bearing Hunter all the time.
Fuck the Bell-bearing Hunter and everything it stands for.
Once again, Executioner getting a lot of love. Undertaker got some love. They did alter one of the relics that was a Undertaker only. It's not. I'm not seeing it listed here. So there's a relic that was from her plot. Oh, here it is. In her plot, you would get a relic, and it's the only one that has it. Successive attacks boost attack power, and everybody was putting it on everybody. Like anybody who did wasn't a magic. I don't think the magic users got it, but pretty much everyone else was running this relic. So they're like, we don't like that. So they nerfed that to power up her other 2 effects, so that it became very much more her. And then Iron Eye got all the nerfs. Like if you like, where is his shit? Beyond that being taken away, this was a glitch that people were taking advantage of, and a few other things. But there's also some fix. Oh, field adjustments. Oh, they decrease the attack power of some enemies appearing in Blacksmith Village key locations in the deep of night. But anyway, yeah, they've done some. Oh, here's one thing I do like. They adjusted the visibility during the Fissure in the Fog, which was a bitch and a half. They reduced the hail damage from Fissure in the Fog, which is when the dragon is like eating ice at you. And they made the Tripupalops raid even more easier because like people were bitching about it. They also made the Beast Hunt ability even mobo better. So apparently you may it now allows you to fully restore stamina for surrounding hours during continuous attack. So if I'm like playing the Undertaker and I'm just wailing on a fucker, then Gothic playing Raider is going to constantly get their stamina back. Pretty good. There's a few bugs that were fixed in here too, but I think we covered a lot of the good stuff.
Does angry Raider noises?
Stabs into the ground a knife. Actually, no, it's not a knife. He stabs in the ground. It's like a spike, like an iron spike. I shouldn't do this hand motion. I don't have a shake weight in my hand. Gothic laugh, and that was worth it. All right, not this next topic, but the topic after. Gothic probably won't have anything to say because there's like over 100 issues in what I'm going to talk about, and Gothic hasn't read it. All right, this is a game that caught my attention, called Blade Song, and I am very interested in it. So, it's basically a blacksmithing simulator, and not just a blacksmithing simulator, like a fantasy blacksmithing simulator, and it comes out in a couple days. January 22nd. So if this is a video later on you're seeing, it'll probably already be out. I'll probably play it. It does have a demo. And if it was a VR game, even better. Because I'm like, I imagine you get a hell of a back workout doing it, just constantly going, boom, boom, boom. Oh, I gotta do the sword. But I'm really looking forward to this. Like, if as long as it's like, if it's a $20 or less game, I'll 100% buy it. And this looks really cool. Like, I really like the idea. And I know I'm going to say something that's going to make Gothic play it in a heartbeat. If you're not watching the video right now, Gothic, one of the weapons they represent is a Guandao, which, for those who don't know, is Guan Yu's primary weapon. And Gothic has a faint interest in the period of the Three Kingdoms. Oh shit, I just brought it up. All right, everybody set aside 15 minutes at least of your time listening to her talk about something about the period of the Three Kingdoms. Go.
All right, did you know that Tato was going to be assassinated in Wayne Castle? Yeah, he was going to be assassinated. Thankfully, his best bodyguard, Dion Way, basically became a meat shield for him.
And threw like 100 spears at a time. Like, that's the legend of it.
And yet, he somehow still died because of
Well, he was wounded when that happened. Like, he closed the gates already wounded.
I know, I'm just saying, still died. Even though Guan Yu held off well over 1,000 people. well over 1,000 troops before he got killed.
I think
Anyway,
I think when I go
did you
to
know
edit this, I'm just gonna have it like fast forward through you saying all this, like Gothic talking about the period of the Three Kingdoms.
hang on, I got more for you to fast
Nope, we're
forward.
stopping there. We're stopping there. I love you, Gothic. Not the point.
You mentioned Three Kingdoms, and my mind was immediately, all right, time to give up some facts.
All right, moving on to
Crunch,
the last topic.
crunch.
Gothic's got nothing on this. You can rant it. Like, if you want to respond to like my rant, feel free. So before I say anything else, I like this. I did like this manhwa. It's a manhwa, not a manga. So it means it's from Korea. And it's you can read it for free. What it is you'll get like the first 3 for free, and then the next one will release every 24 hours, and you'll be able to read them all that way. But I went ahead and just like paid for them because I wanted to breeze through reading them because I binge read. Revenge of the Real One. The premise behind it, and you can see it on the side if you want to read it, is that Helga was found out that she was actually switched at birth with her half sister, and her mom, her dad's negligent, but her mom is extremely abusive. Abusive. You're not the real daughter, and therefore I have like just abused the hell out of her. So like as a matter of spite, she tried her best to be the perfect daughter and becomes like one of the titans of industry, like one of the perfect noble women that everybody looked up to. And then when the real daughter gets returned to the family, her mom literally says, "We're swapping the names back," and she gets all the prestige you set up for yourself, but you still get to marry the prince and become the crown princess and all this other stuff. And like that's all good and all. Like I actually do enjoy the story, that premise. But here is where my problem comes in. The story has some of the things that annoy the hell out of me. One, where a character gets in their own way all the damn time because of some bullshit reason. Um, I'm not going to tell you this one, but in the Abandoned Empress, the example is she admits that she loves the prince still. She wants to marry the prince, but and it's not even the trauma that's stopping her from doing it anymore from her past life because she's a returner. What stops her is, well, I might be infertile now, so I can't. He's like, I don't care. We'll adopt a kid. I want you. I don't want anyone else. I want you. But because she's not willing to get out of her own fucking way, the kingdom's actually in trouble because of this. And that just annoyed the hell out of me. So, like, she does something similar, like, several points in the story. And it also does another thing. I can't tell you because it'll ruin a detail. I'm not going to ruin it. I actually didn't finish it because it resolved all the plot points I cared about, and then it was just pretty much the engaged getting married segment where they like do the resolving of like all of everybody's like personal stories, and I do care about that, but I didn't feel like reading it, so I'm not going to. But there's over 100 issues where that's not the plot point, and it's really good. I do recommend this story if you want. Links in the description. Take a look. I think anything I yelled about you want to talk about?
On that particular subject, no.
Okay. Do you have any peeves when it comes to certain writing types? I don't know which button's going to work, right? No, that's not it. Oh, that'll work. Do you have any like writing tropes that piss you off?
There's a few, but I can't really think of any at the moment that...
Hang on, Gothic. Let me put you on the spot. I've got the spotlight pointing right at you.
Oh, God.
Why
God.
would you do that to me?
Oh, God, I'm straight at spotlight. No, I don't really think of any, like, in particular, like, writing tropes that annoy me. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a few that annoy me, but...
Not thinking about it.
I'm not really too sure what. Maybe, like... Actually, no, that's a cliche. Never mind. I got nothing.
Yeah. I will say in one point, like this is a like it's described as a competency porn. Go ahead.
The writing, like, no, that's also a cliche. Fuck, never mind.
No, let's go for it. Go for it. That's what I'm talking about. Trope or cliche.
When the main character is a pervert, but he's really not because it's just the awkward situation that he was put in.
He's mistaken for being a pervert. Yeah, like I get that one.
Yeah, that shit fucking bothers me so fucking much sometimes.
That makes sense.
Like, I get it if the character is a pervert, but if he's not a pervert, level, let it go.
I actually have one more topic. I don't have a B-roll for it, so we're just going to talk about it. But now I will say this story falls under the category of competency porn, is the best way to describe it. She's not a returner or anything like that, but what it is like she leaves her family I will admit that. And like the Jotret family realizes, oh, she was literally the only thing holding the family up, and things start falling apart really rapidly. It doesn't help that the crown prince finds out like fully finds out what the family's been doing to her, and he sabotages them too, because he's a spiteful bastard in a good way, in a bad way too. So the last topic, I know Gothic's gonna have a thought on this one because it's about join the Helldivers. It's Helldivers. So the latest War Bond was set to come out on the 20th, so in 3 more days. Was keyword. They're delaying it because they said it's not passing muster. It didn't meet the managed democracy standard. I don't remember what word they actually said, but anyway, so they're delaying it. People are suspecting it's they didn't get the stealth mechanic fixed correctly, but all I know is, like, my opinion is good. Be willing to do that. If something is not working on a game or a DLC, don't be afraid to delay it. No one's gonna be mad. Like, there's gonna be people like, oh, I wish it had come out. But in the end, I would rather it work and be late than not work and come out and then no one touches it. Cyberpunk 2077, looking at you. Anthem, which that game's now gone forever. Gothic.
Democracy needs time to plan more on the current update.
So hopefully that doesn't fuck
I
up any plot points they were trying to do with the game, though. We'll put that out.
I love Helldivers. I do. I love how we gotta fight bugs, Autobots, and fucking alien tentacle creatures.
Hentai?
I don't mind it in the slightest.
The nickname for we have for almost all the monsters end up becoming lewd jokes.
Yep.
Herbert the pervert, the little flying drones.
Guess who? I can't do it right, but I know it.
Guess
Anyway,
who?
I love Helldivers. I really do. At a Comic-Con last year, I think I have them on my phone. I took photos with a few Helldivers. And yes, there was, I shit you not, a group of Helldivers, about 10 to 15 people walking in formation.
Of course, like it's similar to like the Star Wars 501st. Like, they're gonna move in formation. They're going to be like, when you cosplay, you gotta stay in character.
And here's the thing, they stayed in character. All 15 of them stayed in character.
I think one of my favorite stories about like people learning about cosplay is Jamie. Go ahead.
Because there was a small spot where you can actually take pictures, and all 15 of these Helldivers stood in formation, did the pose, and just did not break character in the slightest.
Which is epic.
Like, there are people who will break character, myself included, but holy fuck.
Staying in character is not easy.
That was legendary. Like, that was legendary. Like, these people must be smiling under their helmets. But man, it's not easy.
Because one of my favorite things about when it comes to like cosplay stuff is Mythbusters, the one who like always like dresses up and stuff like that. I can't remember. It's not Jamie. It's the other one. He went as No Name, or whatever the hell the character's name is, because I can't remember right now. In Spirit Away, and like he was in character and he would like slip people coins and stuff like that, just chocolate covered coin, or like just chocolate coins or whatever, and they would return them. Like, after a little bit, he's suddenly like getting people returning them. He's like, oh, that's right. In the story, if you accept things from him, bad things happen to you. And I was like, I love his passion came from that. And then the other thing I really like is there's a cosplayer who like was really good at cosplaying Yujiro Hanma from Baki, and that's become like a whole business for him. Like, where he'll show up in commercials as Yujiro Hanma, and I freaking love it. You've probably seen him running around. It's like where like he's like this really muscular guy, and then like he like usually like is like really threatening. There's one that I like usually see him on Facebook, and he's like some like workout drink or whatever. And one of them is they had like someone who's cosplaying the muscular Dora the Explorer, and like it looks like they're choking him and lifting him up, and then you realize it's just her kneeling, and he's like just glaring down. She's like, "Oh, I gotta run away now." So, no, I just love it when a cosplayer is able to find that level of success. Amazing, I love it. It's great. Got any thoughts about that one, Gothic? Oh, especially when the cosplayer is able to do it without it becoming just, I'm making lewd stuff. Like, if they can get away with doing it that way, even better. Nothing against
Uh,
that. Nothing against that work. It's just like it feels nice when
on
you're
the
able to
topic,
because that just feels more difficult. Go ahead.
on the topic on how to not break character,
Become a
it's
method
not
actor.
easy. It's not easy to work on it. Even when I'm supposed to RP in a video game, sometimes it's hard to not break character. It's really not easy to break. Really not easy to. Let me rephrase. It's hard to stay in character
Why?
on sometimes occasions.
Um.
Um,
Well, that's called method acting, which is a bitch.
I don't think it was sort of method acting. Um,
Drama kid.
I was about
No,
to
I was
say
pointing at me when I said
Washington.
that. I was drama director
Oh,
and one of the actors for 4 years in high school.
well, I did 1 year of drama.
Well,
Mm,
director
When
for
we
3 years.
rephrase, when we face half a drama student for like half a year. Anyway, not getting into that.
I was in ROTC for half a year, but that's another conversation. This is what I decided at the time. I was going into the Marines, and I ended up not. By the way, I've been playing with a rubber band on my finger. When you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. Um, ADHD.
I do not mind people when they cosplay, and
Oh
I do
no,
not mind people who try to remain in cosplay.
I fully respect
There's
it.
quite a few people at Rose City every year. It's always
Portland.
somebody. Yep. Uh, Rose City Comic Con in Portland, Oregon, by the way.
I think one of my favorite. Oh, sorry.
Um,
Continue. I'll finish my train of thought here in a second.
there are certain people who will always be in character. There's always Star Trek, Star Wars, and on occasion last year, I don't know if it will be this year, uh Arcana or a or whatever the fuck the League of Legends show was. Arcane?
One of the
Like there's quite a few people who will committed to be the Jinx character, so props there.
one of my favorite cosplayers I've had a pleasure of meeting. I don't know his name unfortunately, but he played All Might, like muscular All Might, and he was tall enough for it, and he was built for it. Like he wasn't super muscular, but he was wide and he looked it. And he was just the most coolest person I've ever met. As long as you're like respectful for the "may I take a picture" role, because if someone's cosplaying, ask. Do not just take a picture. Ask. Because if they're like one, if they're out of character at the moment, they're just relaxed and they may have their helmet off or whatever, or they might just not be like in character. You ask them, majority of the time, they'll jump into character and be like, cool, let's go. Because they put a lot of effort into the costume. It's rude as fuck to just go, hey, I'm taking a picture, dink, and then run away. Like, don't do that. It's fucking rude. I was Kimori-con like 2 years ago. He probably shows up every year because he seems like he does like a lot of effort in his shit. Like I respect the guy.
Speaking of that, I actually do have a story
Go for it.
actually. So every year at World City Comic Con, you have everyone dressing up, blah blah blah. There was someone, I don't know who. No one's really ever able to take a photo to ask him who he is outside. He cosplays as a SCP creature, and dude is tall. Like
Which
I'm
one is he
talking
play? Which one
7
is he
foot.
cosplaying?
Oh, I can't tell you. If I have a picture, I'll show you the picture.
Like the only one I could think of that people would cosplay is Peanut,
I
which is the
don't
one
know
if you
who.
don't look at it snaps your neck.
Oh no, it's not that one. I don't like that one for particular reasons, but
My favorite
wonderful.
SCP is like the mannequin that it does something similar when you're not looking at it. It approaches you, but it doesn't do anything. It just takes a threatening stance, like it's going to, but it never does anything. There's another SCP that's funny. I like for entirely different reasons. I can't remember its number, but it's like something like six, like it's like 69.6 or something like that, and it's milk. If you drink it, you will now produce milk. If you're a man, you will develop the ability to produce milk, then produce milk. And I'm like, that
I
just
sent
sounds
it
like
to
the
you.
most best way to prank somebody. Hey, guy, you're gonna lactate for the rest of your life now. Like dick move.
Yeah, no. The picture I just sent you is the person. He's pretty tall actually. Picture does not justify it,
I'll see if I can
but he's pretty fucking tall side by side comparison.
pull it up here without any issues. Left. No. There. Well, technically working. This guy.
Yeah, that thing.
I'd be
Looks like
tempted to call him a
wonder
furry, but I'd probably get killed. He'd SCP me to death.
doll. The reason why is because he doesn't break character.
Yeah.
He speaks in clicks.
I imagine as soon as he doesn't want to be in character anymore, he just disappears from the costumes. That's why no one catches him. He's an SCP.
Well, that cosplayer in particular has appeared every time I've been to the con. Every year, people have seen him, and he is a legend around here.
You know what would be the best
apparently.
way for him to leave the event? You have some SCP agents show up and catch him. Like he has some friends
There
okay, I
actually,
want to leave, and then they show up and catch him.
there actually is quite a few SCP soldiers there. Not every year, but I see him. I saw him this year too. I mean, not
I
this
kind
year,
of want
last
to
year.
I kind of want to go and this technically be a service, but go in a green suit. What I think it's called a Zentai suit is technically, but it's a green screen suit. And then I can bring a whole bunch of whiteboard speech balloons and other things that I could help people take picture of, and I can just be edited out.
But yeah, no. There's always that person who was there that year. Always there. I'm not sure why or who or what. People aren't able to get the ideas either, but hey, it's fine.
Also bring a step ladder for when you're doing the All Might thing. I can be okay, now I can hold up the sign. Sorry, I had to say that. My dream is to be able to cosplay Doomslayer or Guts or both. I need to work on my biceps. I won't get the 24-inch biceps that Doomslayer has, but I'll be happy with 18-inch, 20-inch. I actually think when at the height of my lifting, I was actually at 17 biceps. Mind you, there's also a lot of chunk there, so mind you, I need to get back into lifting. I've been neglecting it, but that's another conversation. All right, I'm gonna wrap everything up. Gothic, where can people find you? Go ahead. Say your one thing.
They can find me on YouTube, Twitch.
Well, what are the name of your YouTube channels?
I posted the
I know, but
already.
this is where you say it again.
Follow me on Coffee Over Sports. Follow me on my main YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitch, which is the same as my YouTube.
Yep.
I
Gothic
post...
Phoenix, GOTHHIC Phoenix. I'm not going to try and spell Phoenix.
PHOENIX.
And they've also, if you got, what kind of social medias do you have?
I have a Twiddle. I have the Twiddles. I have the Blue Skies. Hang on, let me actually post these real quick because I can. But I do have something to mention about stuff, if you don't mind.
Go for it. About sports, I'm gonna talk over.
It's not about sports.
Good. I don't know sports.
It's not about sports. It's about Star Wars, actually.
Oh, that's your first mistake.
I know.
There's one thing I would love to talk about Star Trek, but it turns into a political thing, so I'm not going to.
Here is my blue sky. Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about my social media outfits.
I feel like that should be a song. Here comes my blue sky. And my dad shuts his door as soon as I start singing. That was just good timing.
No. Kathleen Kennedy is no longer the head of Star Wars projects.
Good question mark?
She's caused a lot of turmoil behind it.
I can imagine.
She also kind of almost destroyed the Disney theme park, but Disney theme park is on its own little massacre. I'm not getting into that.
Everything in Disney is overpriced, especially now because of reasons.
However, the new CEO of Star Wars is not George Lucas.
Because I think he's just done with it to begin with.
Yeah. It is Dave Filoni, who is, if you don't know, he's done the Cornwall series, and I think he also did The Mandalorian, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Mandalorian would have been the same guy who did the first Iron Man movie. He played Happy.
Ah, okay.
If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
My bad. I know he's done some Star Wars stuff outside of Cornwall's. I just don't remember what.
I could look it up, but I'm literally too lazy.
I don't want to look it up, either. I'm not willing to. I'm pretty sure someone will tell me.
For those who don't know, this is my little sister, and the laziness is genetic. Anyway, Here's my spiel: like, subscribe, share. Don't forget I have my Jack Daedalus channel. Don't forget I got my Patreon, which is linked down in the description. Down in the description. Down in the description. You can become a member for free, but if you pay $3 a month, you get the full stories that drop once a week on Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, moral of the story: like, subscribe, share, and on the next one. We'll walk through the show to say hello. Just so that is that. Appreciate you joining me. You're the first time I've had a co-host doing this.
Yep, and it won't be the last time I will.
Yep, I want to start running with Troll and Cool Walker as well, so it'll be in rotation, so you don't have to